think that VCs overlook the Cardano ecosystem?
Some do, some don't. It just depends on the location. Is it a family office? Is it certainly A16Z and others are like Cardano. But the problem is that we didn't.
Why do you think that is?
Because we didn't have any Ponzinomics for them. I mean, let's be honest here. The vast majority of VCs, let's just be honest, the way they approach it is liquidity. So they say, when is the token coming out? Where's the marketplace for the token going to be? Do I get an early distribution? How do I exit that early distribution when the retail people come in? And you've seen numerous layer ones and dApps, we won't name names, where they launch to market at a very high valuation. The insiders dump, they go down, and they walk away with a lot of money.
Yeah. How do you make manufacturing sexy? Yeah, that's the end-all question that we face almost every day with our businesses. It's very challenging to make manufacturing sexy, I'll tell you that. I was that never got a 4-year degree, but went to an apprenticeship program and are doing really cool stuff. The biggest challenge we have is encouraging more people to do that. The only way that we found success so far, at least our clients have, is they've focused on actually talking to the parents at very young ages, so starting in like elementary and middle school, about the benefits and the career development opportunities in manufacturing that don't require a 4-year degree.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And I come back with that video just to make you think. Now, we had Jerome Powell in the house yesterday. I went over that video on the actual stock channel. Please go check it out. But guys, I had to touch bases on this manufacturing statement in the meeting. Making manufacturing sexy again and talking to the elementary school students to get them into manufacturing. Now, guys, we know that's not going on in America. That's the actual blueprint they're getting from overseas and they're trying to bring to America. People, I don't care whether you have kids or grandkids. You don't want your kids in these manufacturing jobs. You want them building, creating. Let them learn coding. At a very, very young age, they have plenty of free courses where you and your kids can take them. Technology is moving fast forward. If you have a kid in elementary school, middle school, high school, they actually can make more money than you if you're directing them properly. And then we got Charles Hoskinson from Cardano. Says that his coin didn't have any Ponzinomics. Guys, if you go from 1 cent to $2.46, that's a 2,000% return. And he's number 8 on the market cap. Does he think we can't see? And I've done plenty of videos on him. We know he's right along with the NWO puppets. And then we have Dan from Pantera Capital, saying that stocks and cryptos and blockchain are going to become less correlated with the regular market. But what he leaves out is a 4th industrial revolution. We know the legacy market is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. But first, we know what the Fed has to do. They have to destroy majority of this legacy market in order to give rise to the 4th industrial revolution. And I see that happening late 2024 going into 2025, where the robots, algorithms, and drones start to take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Is there any way to fundamentally, or using fundamentals to explain the action in crypto?
Well, I do think crypto did get caught up in the global macro sell-off of all asset classes. And then there was a bit of excess leverage in the system through May and June. I think most of that's been worked out. And in the next few months, crypto can start trading independently of risk assets.
We have had it posited that both gold and crypto, the scarcity, the dollar devaluation worries that we see when the Fed is in emergency mode, where we were either during the financial crisis, and some would say continued all the way through the pandemic, that all that dollar printing is bullish for things like Bitcoin and gold. And when the Fed is in tightening mode, that obviously that the second derivative has changed. We're headed the other way. And just by definition, people start saying, I mean, Dan, it's down, Bitcoin's down from over 60,000 to 18,000. I mean, or 19,000. You need to be prepared. Some stocks do that too. I think Zoom's down more than that. But, obviously it's hard to just assign a clear value to crypto?
Yeah, I think the important thing to keep in mind here is crypto is such a disruptive thing that's going to change so many aspects of our lives over the next couple of decades. It's in a secular bull market, and it does occasionally get caught up in these cyclical downdrafts of risk assets. But I can easily see a world a few years from now where risk assets themselves might be still struggling, but blockchain's back to all-time highs and doing its own thing based on its own fundamentals. And that story is hundreds of millions of people use blockchain today. I think in 4 or 5 years, it's going to be literally billions of people. And the way to value things is supply and demand. If you have 1 billion people that want to buy a fixed number of coins, the price probably goes up.
So in the meantime, what do you hear in terms of the regulatory landscape in the United States, for example? And how do you prepare for that? Gary Gensler's not going to be there forever. I don't, neither, the makeup of the Senate and the House, who knows? But what do you expect down the road? Is it positive that we get some, we finally understand exactly what regulation looks like, or is it going to be detrimental to crypto when it finally comes?
Well, you have to view it as a glass 7/8 full. 7 out of the 8 big agencies in the U.S. have already ruled on crypto, and they ruled quite early. Some, like the IRS, ruled in 2013, and all those rulings are literally the best possible rulings. So the only one left is the SEC. It would be helpful if they gave more guidance on what is a security and what is not a security, and hopefully within the next year or so that will come out.
Do you foresee any, if we were to test more lows, are we going to see a systemic issue with some companies? Are they on the edge right now? Won't mention any names, but there's a lot of people that are leveraged to crypto, a lot of companies.
Yeah, my sense from having traded cycles for 35 years, we're pretty much through the worst of it. That was 4 months ago that some of the centralized finance companies in our space hit the wall. And when you have a market go down 75, 80%, you add any leverage on that, it's going to be tough. And so I think most of that has already washed out. And a really important point is, we all are used to using Bitcoin as a proxy for blockchain. There are hundreds of really interesting projects, and a lot of them are rallying and have done quite well. And a cool stat is the percentage of our entire market, which is not Bitcoin or Ethereum, hit a record yesterday at 43%. And over the last 5 years, the average of that was 20. So that's really the story. While Bitcoin and Ethereum, are just a bit off their lows, there are a lot of cool projects like Near, Uniswap, 1inch that are way above their lows.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.